Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Asaph Cafe. I am Asaph Adonai, and this is our second set right here, because it's the same program, but I have two different cafes. And so, our guest again, Mr. Jose Van Smith, executive producer of Right Now Television, and Paul, Lenihan. I'm just going to have to get used to your last name.
You will.
So just right there is that camera right there. You guys wave at the audience there.
Hey, hey, hey.
And I'm going to start off with our traditional Burt Bacharach piece again. Our theme song. Do you know the words of this song?
I wish.
You?
No, not. I just love the melody.
There you go. I just love this song.
It's so pretty.
You guys are more relaxed, just dance, have fun with it. And the conclusion.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Great.
So our audience there.
Marvelous.
thank you.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
So thank you. That's very kind. And I've been doing this show for about 6 or 7 months now, and it's a delight for me to do this show. I love it. I'm very humbled, and I feel very blessed to have this cafe show. I'm just doing some chords right now. Let's have fun with Nat King Cole. I'm not going to tell you the name of the song, but I think you'll recognize it.
Mona Lisa. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Good.
Are you an artist, by the way? Do you draw, or are you a visual artist?
Not really.
Graphic
I
artist?
took art in school, but I wasn't very good at it.
Well, do you have an art? This is an art.
Oh, I mean drawing art, no.
Yeah, the drawing art.
Visual art.
Yes, visual and graphics. But his music is great art, it's mastery. Yes. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa. Yes.
Mona Lisa, Nat King Cole.
Yes. Excellent. Beautiful.
Yeah, he was quite the singer, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, and the player and the performing artist too.
Yeah, boy, if I had a voice like Nat King Cole,
Oh,
I wouldn't
wow.
play the
Didn't
piano.
he
I
have-
could sing. If I could sing like that.
He was so talented.
Yeah, I mean, the good Lord sure blessed a blessing on him with that gift he had.
Yes.
And
The voice, the looks.
yeah, he just had it all.
Yeah.
He's up there singing for the
Those
Angels probably right now.
skills.
So.
That's true, I'm sure.
Mona Lisa for the Angels. Huh?
Wow.
But anyway, thanks for appearing on this episode of Asaph Cafe. We're using our other set, which is fun. And
It's very classy here.
I'm going to give you a copy of both of these programs after we do this taping here. And
Awesome.
it'll be fun.
And when will this be airing too?
It'll be on next week.
Next week?
It should be on next week. Yeah, I'll check to make sure because I want to make sure there's not another program that had already recorded. Otherwise, you might have to wait 2 weeks. But I'll get the exact date as soon as we're done.
And the time.
And you will be
too?
able, yeah, I can tell you the time.
Oh, okay.
It'll be Thursday at 5 o'clock on channel 189. That's the MCAT channel, ladies and gentlemen, channel 189. If you have charter service, you can see it on your television.
Yeah,
189.
I do have charter.
Then you'll be able to see it at home. You'll see the MCAT sign on top of the program and everything.
Great.
And if you don't have charter, just go to mcat.org and click Watch Now. You can
Yes.
see it on the laptop computer at the same time. So
Great, awesome.
getting some coverage here,
Great.
which is fun. Okay, let's play Name That Tune again. We'll
Okay.
have some fun with that. I like your jacket you're wearing. It's a very nice jacket.
Thank
Very
you.
nice jacket.
Yeah, you look very distinguished.
Yes, you do. Got the double-breasted look with the tieless look. That looks really casual. I love it. This looks great. Okay, we're gonna go back in time, way back in time. See if you know this one here.
I'm looking to you.
One more time. I'll give you a
I
hint.
like it.
The Singing Cowboys. That should have been a dead giveaway, this part here.
You're talking about Audie Murphy.
You're close. Gene Autry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said singing cowboys, I was debating
that
between
was the hit.
him and the Three Amigos.
No, it goes way before the Three Amigos.
You're right. Yeah, then that was what that is. That's vintage music.
That is a song called Tumbling Tumbleweeds.
I recall it
This
vaguely.
part right here, this should have been the giveaway, this part here. That should have been the giveaway right there.
Yes.
That is called Tumbling Tumbleweeds. I think it's 1939.
Wow.
Gene,
Long before my time.
yeah, mine too. Gene Autry was the singer.
Yes, but I remember that. He's got
What
the
about
period.
Thunder Road?
That one I wouldn't be able to repeat because they have that melody that goes all the way through. Sorry.
Oh, darn.
But
My dad loves that
getting
song.
back to the Singing Cowboys, they in those years they have what was called a lot of cowboy pictures. Not the westerns like in the '60s, but the cowboy pictures, the singing cowboys.
The silent
They had
movies.
Roy Rogers,
Yes.
Al Evans, they
Yes.
had Gene Autry, and just a slew of others.
Yes.
And they sang on their show. I mean, like, they'd be packing their 6-shooters and stuff, beating up bad guys and singing. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
when they're going to another town, they'd be like singing a song, "Happy Trails to You" or something.
Yeah, Hop Along Cassidy.
Yeah, there it is. That's it.
Here's another one.
Yeah, so that was that era, and
That was a great time.
it was a simpler time.
It
I'm
was.
sure. Speaking of Dale Evans, I met her once in real life when I was in high school. The
Wow.
wife of Roy Rogers.
Interesting.
Yeah, she had a son. I think he was a stepson. His name was Tom Fox.
Yes.
Professional flautist, I guess. And he used to play the flute at the church I used to go to when I was in high school. And so Dale Evans showed up one Sunday, and they kept it low key, you know, because everybody said Dale Evans is going to be at this church service.
Right.
And then when we got that church service going,
I'm sure that was a packed house.
yeah, 2,000 people in that service.
Yeah, she's quite a lady. She'd always had
Well, that was a big church anyway.
Had a
But,
presence.
she was there, and I got the opportunity to actually go into the back, in the one of the back rooms of the churches, and I talked to her.
And actually talk to you.
That's
cool.
marvelous.
Talked to her. I shook her hand, and she was asking
Wonderful.
me questions about. She's like, "What grade are you in, young man?" I said, "Oh, I'm in 10th grade." I was a sophomore in high school then, so that was a really treat. And I kept thinking, "Oh, I can't believe Dale Evans is right there. I'm talking to Dale Evans." You know, really cool. So, but that was a fun little memory. So Dale Evans is long gone now, but she and her husband Roy Rogers, they've made some great films.
Yeah.
Just that good old classic.
Happy Trails.
Good old classic, you know, the good meets the bad and so on. Let's play Happy Trails. I haven't done it in a while. Happy Trails.
Excellent, excellent.
Fantastic.
That was
beautiful.
their theme song.
Yes.
And you know what I liked about those two? You know, they were married in real life, as you know, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, and so they shared their movies together,
That's
husband
cute.
and wife. You know, I mean, they didn't play husband and wife on their shows, but they were married in real life, so that's pretty cool. You know, that he would share this with his wife, you know, on the movies that they did.
Well, I mean, it was my understanding that they were married.
Yes, they are married, but I mean, they
You know, I
didn't
mean,
play
even
married on their
right,
show.
that wasn't a role. Yeah,
No, that's
I
the
agree.
role, but yeah.
I agree.
No, it's too bad Roy Rogers wasn't there at that church service, because boy, that would have really been cool.
Yeah.
And the pastor would have probably said, "Okay, let's just have church next Sunday, y'all. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans here. Let's just talk. Let's spend an hour talking and have a little question and answer thing or something like that."
Yeah.
But yeah, she was there, and that was a very neat experience. I went home and told my parents, "You were not gonna believe this, Mom. But Dale Evans was at church this morning." "Yeah, right, Asaph." "No, she was there this morning."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was fun. Okay, let's see, let me think of another tune here. What kind of music do you like?
Do you have a tune in particular, Paul? Something? What type of music do you like? I like
Okay,
to.
let's ask you first.
I like
I
all
like to
sorts,
hear
all
from Paul.
sorts, all sorts.
He's got that
All right, I tell you
sharp,
what, I'll play
crisp
a song for both of
perspective.
you. Let's start with you. Are you familiar with Elton John's Your Song?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a classic.
All right, I'll
Let's
play
do
that for you.
There you go.
I know that. That's beautiful. That is a lovely song.
Getting halfway through. There you go. Elton
Nice.
John's Your Song. That's my version, a little classical version.
What
of
about
it.
Tiny Dancer?
That one I wouldn't be able to do well enough. But
Okay.
speaking of tiny, I'm going to do a tiny for our friend Jose here.
Well, I have a specific preference.
I will do that too, but
All
let's
right.
do this tiny first, and you tell me if you know which tiny this song is.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to start it up.
String Bikini?
Tiptoe through the tulips.
What's that?
That's close. You don't recognize it?
You kind of recognize that part right there, actually.
I'll do it again. That should have been the giveaway right there. give you a hint. Hawaii.
Oh man, I don't know
He's got me. He's really taking me back now.
Don't know yet, huh?
I'm not sure if I know it at all, but
I can't get it. I can't get a handle on it.
That is called Tiny Bubbles.
Oh.
Don Ho.
Oh, wow. Yes, I remember
Do
him.
the verse again.
Oh, wow.
You'll recognize
yes.
him.
Yes, I think he even played
Right
in
here.
Don Ho. He was a Hawaiian performer.
See? The melody. You recognize it now?
Yes. Interesting.
be blind mice. Three
Well,
blind
it's kind of
mice.
you can go there.
Blind mice.
You might be you could borrow some chords.
Yeah, Tiny Bubbles.
Right.
Yes,
We're
beautiful.
talking about Tiny, yeah. That Don Ho, the Hawaiian crooner,
Cool.
as he was known as.
Interesting.
What I liked about him,
What
he
about
always
the
oh, go ahead.
Beatles.
Yeah,
You
okay,
did,
all right,
you
we
did
can
the
do some Beatles.
Stones.
Yeah, we can do some
That's
Beatles.
one I can probably guess. I think
Well,
anybody can guess it.
Well, we do. I might do a little Beatles tune, but let's
Cool.
get back to this Tiny Bubbles. That was Don Ho's big hit, and he always sounded like Dean Martin to me. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're-
yeah.
I
You
know
mean when he
I
sung?
know Dean Martin.
Yes.
Okay, well, Don
Yeah, I like
Ho kind of
Dino.
reminded me of Dean Martin. He kind of
Okay.
Yeah, but he just had. He was more of a Hawaiian version
but
of
he
Dean.
sounded an awful lot like Dean Martin, at least to
Oh,
me.
vocally
I got
or-
you.
Vocally, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Even though he did more of the Hawaiian songs and so on.
Okay.
And speaking of Don Ho, this CD of mine, Lean on Me, Jeannie Marie, ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
it's dedicated to the memory of Don Ho. I've got it
Oh,
right here in the
really?
back. It
Oh,
says-
that is
So you were a big
marvelous.
fan.
Well, I just thought he was the perfect person to remember because at the time when this was recorded, his passing was pretty fresh.
Oh, wow.
If you look on the back of there, see right there, to the memory of Don Ho.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Right there,
Oh, wow.
and it says,
CD Don Ho sings.
Yeah.
The coon, and
The
then hard
crooner that
one
crooned his way into the hearts
with
with
his
his
big hit,
Tiny Bubbles.
Tiny Bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, aloha,
cool.
Don.
And you know,
Oh, that's
he
amazing.
Yeah, Don Ho was a very popular singer. Really good-looking, handsome young man too. He, you know, because
Ooh, Moonlight Sonata's on here too.
well, I'll play that. Let's do that because I haven't done any classical music. So we can talk while I'm playing some
And don't
Beethoven.
worry, be happy.
Yeah, okay.
Total Eclipse of the Heart. There's a lot of good ones on
All right, I'll do some excerpts of these songs from that CD
there. Sweet.
because it'd take too long to play them all
Oh,
the
I
way
love
through. But
that.
we'll start with the Moonlight Sonata.
Love Moonlight Sonata.
Yes. That is a beautiful.
Such a classic, moving piece.
I always think of Liberace every time I hear this song.
Yeah, it's an awesome one.
Creative music. I view it as music to think by,
Yeah.
draw.
It's
Beautiful
kind of
song.
dark too.
Yeah. Traveling.
Moody, you know.
Well,
Yes.
that was this beautiful song that Beethoven left the world.
I know. Beethoven had that darkness to him, man.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
Now, this would sound much better if I were in a concert grand. Because I could
Yeah.
express it better, see, instead of these electronic pianos.
But you're there. I mean, I love it.
I mean, I'm playing the notes, but it would sound much lovelier.
What tones can this electronic piano get?
As soon as I finish this, I'll let you know. We'll have fun with it.
Yeah. Maybe play one of the tunes in a synthesizer.
Okay.
It'd be interesting. Or
Okay,
it's a
we'll
trumpet.
do that.
You never know.
Pretty song.
Yeah,
Paul, do you play piano? Can you?
I do, but not nearly like Asaph, of course.
Interesting. I could play the boogie woogie. That's about it.
Can you really?
And that's with one hand. Yeah. We've had
I know the
Steinways in our
chords and
family.
stuff, but I can't just like string songs out, you know?
Yeah. We've always had a piano in our family, ever since I can remember.
Yeah,
But it was one instrument I just never could really get a handle on.
Yeah.
We're about halfway to the song now.
This is a beautiful song. just love it.
Yeah, I practiced this song a lot of hours when I was first learning it. I did it for 6 hours every day for 3 weeks, nonstop, until it became just second nature. And I
That's
just
the way you
did
gotta
this
do it.
song just over and over.
Wow.
Of course, it's harder to play these songs on these electronic instruments.
That's nice. That's a nice thing about the piano, though. Is it's not like you're banging on a drum and the neighbors have to come.
Yeah,
Well, unless you're
yeah.
Buddy
You're
Rich.
doing it
I wonder
6
what it's-
hours every day.
I wonder what that was like when Buddy Rich was growing up, because he's like the world's greatest drummer.
That's very arguable, but I'll agree.
Well, he was, in my opinion, I think he was the best. But that's just my opinion.
And again, this is on the album,
it's on
your
the
album. And this can be purchased on, did you say where? How do I?
Morgan Roth Music or Bandcamp.com.
Lean on Me, Jenny Marie.
That's the name of the CD. Yeah.
Okay, by Asaph
Adonai.
Adonai. Yes, I love this.
Thank you.
Yeah. What other ones are on there? I forget.
Up there on the back there.
We're about 3/4 into the song now.
Yeah, don't worry, be happy. I kind of want to hear that.
Yeah, I'll demonstrate that for you.
I guess we could do that one with the synth.
I'm not finished with it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Getting to the conclusion now, gentlemen.
Excellent. Excellent. Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
But like I
Bravo.
said, I feel self-conscious when I do legitimate classical music on these electronic keyboards because
Yes. I am so
that's
sorry.
okay.
Oh,
That's
please
what turns
forgive
on.
me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I've got to
But
turn
anyway,
this on. Oh.
it's harder playing classical
I'm
music
so
on
sorry.
these keyboards because you get this monotone up and down sound. You can't like do this, like express
Yeah.
yourself like loud, soft. It's just this monotone. So anyway, well, it's good to see both you gentlemen here on this taping of Asaph Cafe here. And you wanted to hear "Don't Worry,
Glad
Be
to
Happy."
be here.
All right, let me just give you a piece excerpt of
Please
my
forgive
version
me
of
for
this.
that interruption.
Don't worry about that.
Oh wow.
That's kind of a short version.
Wow, I like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, little classical version of that. So, did you want to comment on the papers you got in front of you there?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say I am humbled and honored to be with the warm reception I've received since I've been in the state of Montana.
Good for you.
The good Lord Almighty has been exceedingly good to me. I've met some of the most wonderful people in the world.
Good for you. I'm glad
In
to
this
hear
sec,
that.
in this sector of our great nation, and it is, it is a very awe-inspiring, and it's artsy and majestic rim of this blessed planet of ours. And again, I just, I'm in the city of Missoula. It's just a wonderful city.
Yes, it is.
It's very well managed and maintained. We have one of the greatest universities in the nation, the University of Montana, which I think is a true credit to not only the state of Montana but to our nation in general. It's a very, I believe, a very rich labor pool here of burgeoning with talent that is ideal for corporate expansion and business enterprise, tourism, and in addition to the humanities. I feel a warmth here where there's a great deal of compassion for humanities as opposed to a lot of your major hustle and bustle big cities.
Okay.
And I'm impressed. I'm humbled, and I was stunned when I first came through the path and actually saw the majesty of Montana.
It's pretty incredible.
Yes, it's just an awe-inspiring experience. But I just want to say, to those in public service, I commend you, our men and women in uniform. I commend them.
Good.
And as a representative of a public benefit corporation, we do have a vested interest in connecting the dots and reaching out and embracing those who make it possible for us to enjoy the things, the liberties that we take for granted.
It's true.
I honor, I support, and I respect our great government here, the governor, the work they're doing in Helena, and also even at the county level, and the city level, the municipal level. I would like to extend an opportunity to get some of our Missoula's finest on our show.
Well, I'm sure you will. You're going to get that opportunity.
I'm looking forward to it.
Ask the audience right there to appear on your show.
And
there's your camera right there.
Yes, in fact, and if you have talent, or if you have a skill or an interest, or you just like to recite some poetry, feel free to contact the Right Now TV team at 500 North Higgins. We broadcast at the MCAT television studios. And we'll be airing a series on Channel 189 in the near future.
And that's 189 on Charter. If you have Charter service, you can see any program on MCAT.
Yes.
On Channel 189. And if you don't have Charter, just go to a laptop or a computer and put mcat.org and click Watch Now at the same time that any program airs. And you'll be able to see it on the computer at the same time it's on Charter.
Super. No, it's Right Now TV. Thank you.
Yeah, yours is Right Now TV. I'm talking about for the viewers to see your show.
What's on the mind? You're right. When is it coming?
Okay,
when they're coming up.
Yeah, your show is called Right Now TV. So if you want to see Right Now TV,
yes.
If you have Charter, just go to Channel 189.
Correct.
If you don't have Charter, just go on a laptop or a computer and put mcat.org.
Yes.
Click Watch Now, and you'll be able to see Right Now TV with Jose Smith, or my show, Asaph Cafe, or any other wonderful shows like Wake Up Missoula with Scott Ramp and Noel McAvoy.
Yes.
Who's a real sweetie by chance. I'm trying to get Noel on this program here, so.
That's marvelous.
Yeah.
Well, I also would like to commend the outstanding staff at MCAT. I think these guys are wonderful.
Yeah, I am.
And gals.
Joe Barrett and
Joe Barrett,
Lori,
Mr. Christopher, Sam,
all the rest
Scott,
of the team. They're the ones that put
Ron.
this Lawrence Welk show together. Ron did the editing on this show.
This is marvelous.
Fantastic.
I mean,
they're really a
they're
great,
the real heroes.
Yes, they are. They're a great team.
As what they do, and I'm very humbled that they did this new Lawrence Welk show.
Well, I'm impressed.
And speaking of the good Lord, since you're honoring the Lord, let me get a chance to get in on that and honor the good Lord myself with the blessings He's given me.
Amen.
Like Asaph Cafe and the new Lawrence Welk show. Thank you, dear God.
Bless your heart. That's wonderful.
I'm not ashamed to pray on.
I think God deserves some praise.
Yeah, I know.
You know, man must always pray. Prayer is communion with God. And you know, America, after all, is God's country. We have truly been blessed.
You know this song?
Oh, I know this one. Da, 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 da.
Praise the Lord.
I love church music.
Say that, pardon me?
I love church music.
Yes, yeah.
Well, that's a
we-
little classical
so-
version of a church song, but
Gospel.
I know, but it's always so great.
Yeah.
Gospel
Yes.
music.
That
is
I just
considered
love
the
the
old
melodies,
hymns,
that whole thing. They're amazing.
Yes, they
But
are.
that is a song
I
called
agree.
The
It's just in our blood.
yeah, that is a song
sounds
called
so
"To God
good.
Be the Glory," and what that term means, the glory, just the thanks, the praise, whatever wonderful things God is doing in your life, and you just give thanks. That's a way of honoring the Lord and giving glory to God, and so that song that fits in. Because in the old days they did all the old hymns. They don't do much old hymns much in churches anymore, but it'd be nice if they did.
It would
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, every now and then, if you go to a revival, you can hear some good gospel.
All right, let's go way back. I'm gonna do a real soulful gospel tune. You tell me if you've heard it before, know the
Okay,
name of it,
okay.
okay?
All right, let's see
And
where
I'm
we
just
are.
impressed you knew that song. I didn't think you would know that. I'm glad you knew that.
That's great.
Okay, all right, here we go. It's an old Negro spiritual. I'll give it a hint. I'll do it. That should have been the giveaway right there.
Ooh.
I'll give you a hint. They do it in the Martin Luther King celebrations. I'll do it again.
Oh man, I should know that then.
That should have been a giveaway.
Yeah, I must not know it.
You will. In the final verse.
Yeah, the melody, I keep thinking I know it, and then it does something I don't expect.
That's where we go marching on.
Lonesome Road.
Yes.
Yes, the old Negro spiritual, Lonesome Road.
Oh, that really. Now, what year was that produced?
Oh, that might have been like 1910. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. Way, I
So
don't
now
know.
you really jogged my memory.
Yeah, that's that's one of the old.
That
Negro
was a little bit
spirituals.
before my time.
Yeah, well, you.
And I might have you guys by a minute, but no, that
You
one.
may, yeah, you may hear
that
that,
might
when
have-
the
that
Martin
one
Luther
got
King
past me.
celebrations, depending on where.
It
you're
would
at.
truly be rare up north,
Yeah,
maybe further in the deep
Lonesome
south.
Road,
Yeah, you're right. But that is a
What
beautiful,
about, some
beautiful
Elvis?
selection.
Oh, sure. Let's have fun with Elvis.
Beautiful selection.
That my dad would enjoy that too
Elvis.
when he watches the program.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
Love me sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. You're right, Paul. We got it.
Trouble with that.
That first tune there. Yeah. I love the way he presented that.
Little classical version to these songs.
Yeah, that was a lovely. That song. It was just. It says something. It speaks to my heart when I hear that song. It's, yes.
And the conclusion. Love Me Tender.
That's
Classical
beautiful.
version of that song.
That is
As a little kid, I think
extraordinary.
I cried listening to that one once.
Well, it's not difficult. It's not
It's
difficult.
such a powerful one.
Well, you know, that was his first film, Love Me Tender,
Yeah.
black and white film. And
Yeah.
what was interesting about that film to me,
It's so
I
sad,
make no
wasn't it?
quarrels. I didn't care for the Elvis films, but I did like this Love Me Tender.
Yeah.
It was more of a serious film.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
About,
sad.
Elvis
wasn't
was
it?
playing the young brother of the older brother that went and fought in the war. And so the fact
Right.
that the oldest brother was killed.
Yes.
So Elvis marries the girl that the older brother
Right,
married,
his
and then
significant
the older
other.
brother comes home right after they got
Yeah, I
married.
recall seeing that not long ago.
That's how the conflict started in the film.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that was the
That's great.
storyline.
Yeah,
of
it was
that.
interesting.
I think if Elvis had done more serious movies after that,
You went.
you know,
Yeah,
because
his
I'm not
movie
trying to pick on
career.
Elvis Presley, because I don't think it was he personally. I think it was the producers and the people around him. They came up with those silly, movies. You know,
Yeah.
this
Just to get
singing
the
and dancing
girls
to beat- yeah.
going to the
And
music.
I can't get
going
into
to
those
the
kind
movie.
of movies.
Yeah, well,
But the Love Me
yeah.
Tender, that was a real.
I think he had
that
a great
serious
career. I think he
He
had
did have
a
a-
good
No,
run.
I'm not dogging on his career.
It was all
Yes.
money, though.
But yeah,
Yes, well,
but
that's-
his movies
that's-
are
that's
really,
the-
at least to
that's
me,
theater.
very cheesy movies.
Yeah, it was for the women, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
You know, it was
They were
really
all
to
the
appeal.
same thing, just Beach Boys and all
Exactly.
that.
It was very much to appeal to that crowd, you know.
Yeah, but as far
Very
as his
marketed,
looks,
but-
and as far as the singing, yeah, he was quite
He's
good.
quite the man. Yeah.
And I did like that film. But that was an interesting plot line. Can you imagine being in a situation like that? You
It's
got
a funny
wife,
one. It's a good
Yes,
and then
yes.
you
Well,
the
you mean
older brother
The
comes-
classic.
plot
I say,
line, the plot line.
yeah, right. I don't think they were married, but that
No, I'm
was
talking
his
about the characters that they played on
his
the show.
fiance. You mean?
Yeah, Elvis marries the fiance of his older
Of his
brother.
oldest brother,
Because
yes.
everybody thought the older brother died in the war.
Right, and
Yeah.
so
And he
which-
shows up and comes home right after they get married.
and that happened. A lot of that occurred
Yes.
back
Yeah,
in the
exactly, which
days.
is why it's great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was quite a plot line there. But
It's a great one. Yeah.
yeah, let's do a little McCartney here.
Okay. Oh,
Hey Jude.
take a sad song
Yes,
and make it better.
that's a beautiful song. Go ahead. You got the lyrics.
To look inside of your heart.
Then you can start to make it better.
Okay, I'm gonna jump right to the middle part for
Okay.
time's sake. It's coming up. You reckon it?
When you, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, made you dun 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 dun. dun. That's beautiful. Yeah. Hey, hey, Jude.
Stop right there.
I need a banjo or something though.
Yeah, well,
or some tambourines. Yeah, make a joyful noise up in here.
Yeah, make a joyful noise unto the Lord.
That's
You know,
right.
That's,
That's right.
That's a great one.
Hey, you know,
you know-
he gave me an ideal.
What's that?
We have a television program that's been going on in April. It'll be 2 years, aired on the Alco television channel in Michigan City, under Comcast cable.
okay.
And it's a good, successful run program. It's on, well, actually, it's IMI television. We broadcast 1 hour. Well, actually, we record Saturdays from 12 to 1. But I would love if you would grant us permission to have this show to simulcast and air it on our affiliate
Let's do it.
up there in the Midwest.
great.
You don't have to ask. Let's do it.
It's Comcast cable TV broadcast. We air Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 7 to 8.
ASAP.
You set up.
Just a little bit. There you go. You
I
got
haven't
it.
had I haven't had a Twinkie.
Oh wow, yeah, aren't they
I know, I
really
haven't either.
delicious?
They are good.
Yeah, you know, when I was a kid, I used to eat Twinkies all the time. They can get addicting.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it should be gone now.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, you know, when I turned 40 years old, the young lady, well, I've known her, we grew up together. She didn't have the money to bake a cake at that time.
Okay.
So she bought me a Twinkie,
Whoa,
and she put a little single candle on there to represent my 40th birthday.
interesting.
So she had a Twinkie, I had a Twinkie. She said, "Happy birthday, Asaph. You're 40 years old." When I was 40 at that time, and We ate a Twinkie.
That was interesting. Oh, I love that.
That was my 40th
That's
birthday
cute.
present. Her name is Monica Bridges.
That's marvelous. Wow.
Monica, we were kids together, so she's a real sweetie now. She lives in California now, but
Cool.
real sweetheart.
Well,
of a young
Mr.
lady.
Mr. Asaph, I think it would be a treat for the Midwesterners to hear what's going on up here.
Well, cool.
On
You set it
Asaph
up.
Cafe.
Yeah, you set it up and bring Asaph Cafe, and we'll hook up to your show. And we'll
Sure, we can do that. Yeah, I would love to see that happen.
That would be great.
I'm going to contact the powers that be.
Okay.
Which
Okay, we gotta have some
Which
fun
shouldn't be
here real
difficult. But yeah, we'll make that happen.
All right, I'm going to play a tune, and I can tell
I'm
you
going to
this.
hold you to that now.
No, we can do that. You just set it up. I'll be happy to do it.
Thank you, sir. Oh, wow. Secret Agent Man.
James Bond, right?
Yes.
Close, secret agent, man. You're
That was his secret agent, man.
Yeah, well, that was
They
the
gave you a number
show.
and changed your name? Or
Yes,
something?
yes. That was one of my favorites. Secret Agent and
Secret
Agent Man and Man from Uncle, the Saint. I mean, we got in trouble for being up that late because they didn't come on till after, what, 12 or 1?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you literally had...
You had to sneak
either-
up
Yeah.
to watch it. That's great.
Or if you were insomniac, like I am, you were just up. You heard that and kind of caught your eyes, your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear that song on the piano every day, so I came up with that version.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I
like
love
that.
it.
Secret Agent Man.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Speaking of the Man from Uncle, that comes on Me TV every night.
Yes.
You know,
it's
no,
one of
no,
my favorites.
no,
No, not every night.
I think it's every Sunday night, really late, like about 4 in the morning, something like
Yes,
that.
yes. Well, I think Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. The Man from Uncle.
Yeah, the Man from Uncle.
Yeah, I
used to watch that
love
when I was a kid
Uncle.
growing up.
Oh, we used to make badges in school.
Yeah,
you know.
Robert Vaughn was so smooth.
Yeah, Ilya Koryakhin. That was both of them guys.
Probably way before your time, but I mean, he was like, he had this dark hair. And
Yeah,
really young and
they were the secret agents.
looked
of
like a secret
era.
agent.
They were.
And he
Yeah.
and his sidekick, they'd always be getting in trouble. And
yeah.
guys shooting at him, trying to get them and stab them and everything, and he'd get out of their pickles. There, it was pretty cool. The Man from Uncle, yeah, that comes on now.
Yeah,
It comes on Me TV.
those are classics, man.
Yeah, they don't make television shows like they used to anymore, which is too bad.
No, they
In the
don't.
60s, they just had some interesting shows. Even the comedy shows, they're kind of silly by today's standards, but they're fun to watch. Like Gilligan's Island.
Oh, whoa.
Gilligan's Island,
Yeah.
I love
That's a
that.
fun
when I was
show to
growing up.
watch.
Yes, yes.
And we'll see, what are some of those other fun shows they have on there? And when it got to like the later 60s, some of the shows were a little bit more serious, like That Girl with Marlo Thomas.
Yes. But what about the Westerns? Did you
let's talk
work
about some
with any
Westerns. Yeah, I remember
Western
Westerns.
motifs?
All right, here, I'll do a Western and see if you know this one.
Oh man, I know that.
Yeah. Do you really?
I know that. I recognize that.
Wow, that's a nice theme. It's spaghetti music. As they call it, spaghetti Western.
Yeah, it's
Western.
spaghetti Western.
Yeah, that's oh my goodness, I can't think of the name right now. The Virginian, that's the name.
Yeah, I love it.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Not quite.
No, before that. I don't know if it's before or during the same period.
Yeah, that's the Virginian. The theme to the Virginian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what you're talking about, Rawhide.
There you go. Keep those doggies rolling.
Yes, right.
Rawhide.
Oh, yeah. Back in those days, I think it was every kid's
Something
dream.
like that, but yeah.
If you recall, back in them days, it was every kid's dream for Christmas to get the little cap shooter.
I know,
They,
yeah.
they had the gun with the roller caps, right?
I went through that
And
that
you
too.
get your two. You had the two, your two, whatever they call them, the Colt 45s.
Yeah.
Right, you had your cowboy hat, and you got your cowboy boots, and you were dressed
you
to kill.
went to school.
And
you got
sometimes we
teased
had.
or laughed at if you were like the only one with your 6-shooters in your
Yes,
class.
yes, but we did that.
Yeah, it was fun. It
You
was
know.
fun, so.
I recall an instance when I was younger. I was Superman was so addictive as to children.
Oh, yeah.
And and
Kids
influential.
just love.
I actually
love that stuff,
watched
too.
the movie, got up went in the
that
bathroom,
movie. Good
grabbed
movie.
a big towel, wrapped it around my neck, climbed up on top of the sofa, and said, "Superman, the crazy something, idiot or something." And I leaped. I actually thought I could fly, and I did. I was in the air for about a second. I landed flat on my face.
You fell.
Bam!
I had an incident.
And that broke
similar-
that up.
I had an incident similar that happened once when I was in high school. Remember I told you I was running track?
But I did fly.
Well, first of all the Supermans out there, to me, George Reeves, the actor, is the best Superman.
He was a
Yeah.
good one.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Now they had an
Well,
actor
wait.
named-
Yeah, George is well.
they had another actor named
I love
Alan
the new
Kyle.
Superman movie. I hope
They
you
had a-
guys
they
have
had
seen
a-
it. It was great.
They had
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the first Superman was Alan Kyle. And they didn't have the technology when they did that Superman. And
Yeah.
then later in the 50s, it was George Reeves.
Yeah, George
Right.
Reeves. I've seen
You're
that
right.
one. That's
You're right.
And then in the 70s.
Yeah, he was the first. Well, that was what we
Alan Kyle
called.
was the first Superman.
What was that? What
But
did
see,
he do?
but
Well,
what they
he was
did-
he was the first cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Kyle, what they did was they didn't have the technology where, Superman can fly in the air. So
Yeah,
it was
so
a
what did they do?
cartoon. Where
Right.
He would go up, he'd jump up, and then it turned into a cartoon. It would be a
That's
cartoon
hilarious.
flying.
Yeah, that's true. He's
The
right.
cartoon would land, and he would be.
And then he'd be down on the
Kyle
ground
again.
again.
Yeah.
That's kind
Right.
of funny.
And then
That's
by the time the
It was.
Well,
It
they didn't
was.
have that technology. And
Yeah.
by the time the
So at the
50s
time
came
it was good
along-
enough,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was good enough at the time. And then, of course, George Reeves, who's probably going to be the most remembered Superman of all time. George Reeves,
Probably.
the actor, the black and white one.
Yeah,
Black
and
white.
he also got polio, right? Or
Wait, now I'm
No,
not.
no.
He was in a wheelchair, wasn't he?
You're talking about the one now. This is the
No, this we haven't
latest.
gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be
And
the most
then,
famous.
no, it was George Reeves, the real handsome, muscular
Yeah.
fella. And then in the 70s was Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
There's who I think is
Movie.
going to be the
That's-
most famous.
Yeah.
Well,
If
you
you're
know
the
where
old
I tell you where he fell
school-
from
if you're
grace.
the old
I don't
school.
care.
How can Superman break his
Go for
neck?
it.
I mean, isn't that ironic?
Yeah,
For
exactly.
Superman to break his neck of a horse, but I mean, that it didn't happen.
But, yeah,
That's
I
why
mean,
he's gonna
Christopher
be
Reeves,
famous.
he left a great legacy, and of course,
He
there's been
did.
other Supermans since
The
Christopher
new
Reeves.
movie was great.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Did
is.
you see
But
it?
now we have the technology. I
Check
haven't
it
seen
out.
yet.
It's very cool.
I should, because I've seen
It's
some of the
good.
Superman movies, but not the.
That one's worth seeing. I liked it a lot. Superman comes off as very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always liked the Superman.
I've always liked him too because he's a foreigner coming into America
Right.
from a whole nother
From
planet.
another planet, right?
You know, and
that's
he's-
true.
And he
Yeah.
stands for the U.S. That's what's so cool.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
You know,
what's
True.
so great about
That's
it.
And
true.
on that note,
And they kept that in the new movie too. They really emphasized it, and I like that.
That's
and do you
great.
know 50 minminutes have already passed?
Wow.
We're down to our last 10 minutes. I'm going to go to a whole little hour on this here since you're our special guest on this cafe. See, time
Fantastic.
flies very
It
quickly.
does.
But yeah, I enjoyed watching
good.
Superman, so that was a lot of fun. And getting back to early television, they had a lot of early shows in the 60s, like I Dream of Jeannie. That was pretty cool.
Yes, yes.
I don't know
What
if
was
you know
that?
one. I Dream of Jeannie. That was a pretty good.
Was it about a genie?
Yeah, it's,
In a
the
lamp?
actress. Yes, actress
Oh.
Barbara Eden played the genie.
Oh,
And,
okay. So she's a pretty genie.
Real, she was hot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like.
Oh yes,
Sexy.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was.
Are
she
you
was hot.
dreaming about a sexy
No, she
genie
was
then?
really- she wasn't like hot. She was.
That's why she had the military behind her.
And, the actor,
Her husband, yeah, he was cast as one of the major
yeah,
brass.
the actor Larry Hagman, a very young Larry Hagman before he
Yes.
became J.R. Ewing.
Yes.
He was
Okay.
the star of that show. He's the astronaut.
Wow.
Right.
And it starts off. It's
So he's an
black and white.
astronaut with a genie?
Yeah, see, it was,
Yeah,
black
yeah.
and white. The series.
That's like two really cool things in the 60s, though.
Yeah, the pilot
Astronauts
was
and
black and
genies.
white.
Yes, they were. It were.
Yeah, yeah.
They were.
That's
Major
why.
Nelson got, he goes off in space or whatever, and he lands and he gets stranded on his island.
Yeah.
And he's waiting for the Air Force to pick him up. And they're looking for him, and there's this bottle on the island. He just mysteriously just picks it up. Smoke comes out, and this really gorgeous genie comes out.
I wish
That's how
that
this-
happened to me.
That's how the series
One of those
started.
days, huh? Okay.
That's how the series, yeah, you can look it up. I Dream of
That's
Genie
cool.
on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube these days.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it was funny because Major Nelson was always getting in trouble with the genie because she would start messing with him and stuff sometimes.
That's funny.
Yeah, sort of like Samantha on Bewitched.
Yeah, she'd
Okay,
blink.
okay.
She'd
Yeah.
blink and
Oh yeah, the genie would do her little things too.
yeah, and just mischief kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
And
it
one of my
was.
personal favorite episodes of I Dream of Genie was the episode called Genie Plays the Piano.
Oh, I
Genie at
bet.
the piano. That was a good one.
Never
See,
seen that one. I don't
Yeah,
recall
they
it.
had this upright. They had this tiny little upright piano at the base. Mm-hmm. And Genie pops in at the base real quick. She says, "Master, what would you like for dinner?" you came all the way here just ask me that? And he was sitting in front, he was standing near this piano, right? And then
Right.
all of a sudden the Air Force guys come in. Hey, Tony, play a tune. So Jeannie blinks the piano. So when he sits down, he's like this virtuoso. And all the Air Force guys in the general, they're looking at Major Nelson playing, and so they book him a concert at Carnegie Hall.
Whoa.
See, the thing is, he couldn't play. Jeannie blinked the piano, so whoever sat near the piano
They were doing
was
it.
the virtuoso. So Major Nelson had to sit in front of the piano and make sure nobody else sat there.
Whoa.
So that was a funny episode.
That's
I
actually
imagine so.
It was really funny.
And they had the
That's
cast at
pretty
the
creative.
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, he
huh?
was at Carnegie Hall.
really
Oh,
creative
wow.
plot lines, huh?
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and when he was at Carnegie Hall, see, Jeannie had this thing, if she gets locked in something, she can't get out.
Okay,
So
yeah,
she was
makes
in,
sense.
She
the
was in a
lamp.
drawer at the base, Major put her in there, and so he slams the door, right? She's trapped inside the
The
this
compartment,
little,
the small
like
compartment.
drawer, a file cabinet.
Okay.
Jeannie gets trapped in a file cabinet. So Major Nelson's on stage about to play Carnegie Hall, this big grand piano, and he gets up there and he's like, and he's making all these mistakes, and everybody at Carnegie Hall's watching him. They're like, "What happened?"
Right.
So Jeannie gets out of the file cabinet. She goes to Carnegie Hall, and they move the grand piano, and they put the little red Spinet piano there. And all of a sudden, he's like the virtuoso again because Jeannie blinked the red piano. So
Oh, yeah, she would always get him out of a bind.
yeah, she did. She'd mess
Right
with him
in the
first.
nick of time.
She'd mess with him, and then she'd save him.
Help him
Yeah,
right in the nick of
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so then
Metaphor.
everybody at Carnegie Hall forgot about the grand piano on stage, and they saw him playing his little Spinet. So it was
It's
pretty
wonderful.
cool. That's a funny little plot line. And another thing that was funny, there was this African American kid on there, and he got control of the piano, but he didn't sit down and play the piano. He just, for whatever reason, he just got the piano and he had it in his room. So Major Nelson goes to the kid's room, and Jeannie goes in her room, and they're like offering the kid money. He's like, "What do you like? Want to take advantage of a little kid? Look at the chassis on the piano." And that was so funny hearing that because this kid was treating his piano like it was a car. So Major Nelson's like giving him all this money, and the kid won't sell, right? Then the little boy looks at Jeannie and goes, if it was a trumpet, your anxious friends wouldn't stand a chance.
Right, right,
So
right.
Jeannie blinks this trumpet and says, "Okay, little boy, we'll give you this money and this brand new trumpet." And so the kid gives him the piano, and he's like
Wow.
this Doc Severinsen all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
So he like puts the trumpet up to his lips because Jeannie had blinked the trumpet. And he's like,
Yes.
doing all this stuff on
Ridiculous.
the trumpet. It was like, that was pretty cool. So
I love Doc Severson. Great
yeah,
guy.
I saw Doc Severinsen in concert when I was in high school too.
Super.
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting concerts. I
Yeah,
ever saw.
he's quite a guy.
So
Yeah.
he played the sergeant?
Oh, Doc Severson?
Yeah.
No, he played for, he was backup, he was a band
We're talking
for
about the
Tonight Show.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah, Johnny Carson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frontman,
great.
Doc
Right,
Severinsen.
Doc
All right.
Severson.
Yeah, they had the state fair in Sacramento at that time, and Doc Severinsen came to the state fair, so it was like free and open to the public. I went to both shows.
Oh, yeah, he was a
Right,
bad,
this
he
and
was
this.
the man,
And Ed
he was
McMahon-
the bomb.
Ed McMahon was there too. And what was cool about that trumpet was Doc Severinsen was playing with the I think it's the 561st Air Force Band. They were
Whoa,
backing him.
whoa, that
And,
had to be
He
something.
came out with this one shirt, and it had these beads that went all the way down to the ground.
Oh, wow,
Sleeves.
yes.
So he's like doing all this stuff. with
No,
his
that's
trumpet and the
cool.
Oh, that
beads.
had to
It
be
was just the
fabulous.
coolest thing.
Yeah, he
It's-
was quite an
he's like,
extraordinary guy.
doing all this stuff. It was just like right on. The crowd was like, "Yeah,
I
yeah, give us
know.
more."
I
Give us more."
know. That's the Doc.
Yeah, Doc Severinsen, he was just like an amazing trumpet player if you're a trumpet player.
What about Miles Davis?
Miles was different.
Yeah.
Miles, if I had to compare, it'd be
I
like
got lots of
all right,
Miles
if you
on my
compare,
iPod.
if you compare Miles Davis to Doc Severinsen, that'd be like saying what tastes better, an apple or an orange. They're
You got a
totally
point there.
different.
You got a
They're
point there.
Totally different.
You're right.
Do you have any material on Quincy Jones on the Q?
Not Quincy.
Can you
but I'll
give
do
me
a
one
piece
of his-
I'll do a piece of Miles as
How
we're
about-
winding down here. How about the
Okay.
So What song? Here's my version. You may have heard this song.
Oh, yep.
You recognize it?
Yep.
I'll do it again.
Yep.
It's called So What.
Okay.
Yeah, so what? No,
Yeah,
I
from
love
the Kinda
this one.
Blue album.
It's a good one. Yeah, I've got Kinda Blue. That's such
And
a
then,
good
of course,
album.
the band takes off, so... You know.
Such a good album.
Can you do a Count Basie piece? You got anything on the Count?
Oh, probably not.
The big band.
What about
I'd have
What
to have
about
a band
Tutti
in the
Frutti?
background.
I
or
got
something
you.
Like that, you know. See, if you're doing solo piano, it has to have a melody that goes all the way through. There'd be no way to repeat it.
since you worked with Little Richard?
All
What
right,
about
here,
Tutti
all
Frutti?
right,
Tutti
here,
Frutti.
I'll do a little bumps tune here. You might recognize this one here.
All right.
Cupid. Yes, Cupid,
lullaby?
hold back your bow and let your arrow flow. Yeah, that's a beautiful song. That was, I think, Bumpy he made that song. Yeah, Cupid.
Bumpy was a recording artist too, or did he write?
I'm not for sure. I think he could better
No,
answer
Bumps
that.
was a trumpet player, but that's not what he was known for. He was known as a record manager, artist
and writer,
producer,
too.
and writer.
Wow.
Yeah, he wrote
Jeez.
the song "You Send
That's
Me
a
That."
lot.
Manager, producer, and writer?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was a masterful composer. I mean, conservatories were knocking
Incredible.
on his door, asking him to teach there, and he turned it down because he was doing the
Yeah, he was making money.
yeah. The rock
to be
and roll,
honest,
yeah,
like,
the rock,
Yeah.
not rock music, rock and roll, the early rock
Yeah.
and roll.
that's
And he
where it was
managed
at.
A lot of
He was working with the pop music of the
Yeah,
day.
That's where
of his
it was
time.
at. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you can look him up,
So-
just Robert Alexander, or just put Bumps Blackwell. His real name
Wow,
was Robert
really?
Alexander.
Robert Alexander.
That was his real name, but he was known as Bumps Blackwell.
So
my
who
teacher.
was Cupid by as a recording artist?
Yeah, Sam.
Well,
Cooke.
that song, that was
Sam
Sam Cooke.
Cooke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bumps was associated with Sam Cooke, so he
Wow.
was associated with Little Rich. You can probably look it up on
Jeez,
Wikipedia. Or
he was the man.
Google or something. Yeah, he worked with so many people, so that's why I was really humbled and blessed to got to study with him
Yeah,
for 3
that's
years.
so amazing. You lived with him too.
I
so
lived with him for 3 years.
You
That's
knew the
right.
guy.
Yeah.
Not
And
just the,
like I mentioned, the other cafe show, Dietrich Cannon set that whole thing up. Otherwise, it never would have happened.
That's cool.
Do you have any other major events planned for the city, or what's
No, I'm
what's
just giving
going
this
on?
new Lawrence Welk show priority. I need to get funding for this thing.
Okay.
PBS picked it up. I have 2 local sponsors. If I get one major sponsor like Pepsi or something, we'll start taping it.
Wow.
Great.
Now Pepsi's already contacted me, but they haven't said anything yet.
No way, Pepsi.
They haven't
huge.
clinched
Pepsi
it.
has contacted me about this new Lawrence Welk show.
Wow,
Excellent.
That's great.
Super.
We'll see.
Oh, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
that's huge.
I think I might just put you on that Lawrence Welk show and have you do announcing some acts here and there. You know.
Well,
should be nice.
whatever we can do, any way we can be of
but
service.
first things first. At least it got picked up by the PBS station, but we just got to get the funding.
Correct. And
That's
we need to keep you on the front burners. Again, we're looking forward to Mr. Asaph appearing on our
show
on our
tomorrow.
show tomorrow. Well, actually,
Right,
the
and
right
coming to
now
be here at 1:30,
TV. We'll be
Here,
broadcasting on Friday.
1:30.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll come a little bit before. So, ladies and gentlemen, winding down. Jose Van Smith, this is his show, Right Now Television, Right Now TV. I will be on this show tomorrow afternoon, and we'll be doing his thing. And it's almost an hour now, so we're going to be winding down here with this Asaph Cafe. Thank you both for appearing on
Our
both
pleasure.
cafes.
Thank you,
pleasure.
Mr. Asaph.
And it's been a blast.
Yes, it has.
So, on behalf of Jose and Paul, I got to get used to your name, and myself, until our next show, ladies and gentlemen, Maranatha.
Love it.
Great show.
Thank you, my friend. That was fun. That whole hour went by real quick.
Great show.
And that does it?
That's it.
Is it red?
It's green.